In this video, I'll tell you how you can lose weight the easy way. And I say the easy way because I feel like the way I lost weight in 2021 was the easy way. But the way it became easy for me was 2019, I lost weight. And I wouldn't say that was the hard way, but I did the due diligence. I measured out how much food I needed to eat. Not measure out, but I knew roughly how many calories I was eating. And I knew how much exercise I was doing. A year and a half, a year later, I had to lose weight again. And because I already lost weight a year before, a year prior, I knew how much I had to eat, and I knew how much weight how much exercise I had to do. So you need to do this, and you can speed run the whole process in about 5 days. So what you need to do is eat whatever you're eating for a week. Eat whatever you're eating for a week and measure how much you weigh every single day, and also keep note of how much exercise you're doing. At this moment in time, don't start going to the gym yet. Just know how much exercise you're doing. Just be like, you know what, in your head, just be like, I walk roughly around X amount of steps. I do, you might walk your dog. You might play with your kids. That's not really exercise, that's class. That's something called that's called NEAT. That's something called NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So how much activity you do outside of actually going to the gym. That will be NEAT. So after 5 days and after how much weight you lose, you know roughly how much food you need to consume and what you need to do on a day-to-day basis to maintain your weight. Now, after a little while, what you need to do is eat a little bit less and exercise a little bit more. Now, this is a point where you would start cutting down your calories. And don't be scared of when I say cutting down your calories. All that means is you just eat a little bit less. And it doesn't have to be a massive amount. It can just be 250 to 300 calories, which is the equivalent of like a chocolate bar. And you would exercise a little bit more. So you would walk a little bit more. You would go to the gym. If you're not someone who's been going to the gym, you would start going to the gym and you would find yourself a routine. If you want a routine, then join my free school community. Link will be below if you want to join. But find yourself a routine, something which you think, you know, I can stick to this. It's quite easy. I'm not in the gym for loads of time. And after you do that, after you eat a little bit less and you work out a little bit more, you will start losing weight. That is the most easiest and the simplest way of losing weight, the easy way. Now, after about 5 to 10 days, depending on how much weight you have lost, it might have stalled, or you might actually still be losing weight. A lot of people, when they begin losing weight, especially if they have a lot of weight to lose and their diet has been horrible for a long time, they will be holding on to a lot of water. So they will lose weight very, very quickly, very, very rapidly, and it's just water weight. Which is good, obviously. It'll make your face lean down. It'll make you lean down. On the weight as well, it'll be on the weighing scale, it'll make a big difference, because you might have lost 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms, 3 kilograms just by not even doing a lot of things. And a thing to note and to mention is, when you're losing weight, make sure you're having a lot of water, 3 to 4 liters of water every single day. If you're someone who's not used to having a lot of water, start by having 1.5 liters, then up it to 2 liters, then up it to 3, and then 3 should be enough for most people. But if you're someone who sweats quite a lot, you work out quite intensely, then up it to about 4 liters. And a way to retain the water that you're drinking and actually hydrate your cells is to put a little bit of salt in the water. Now, if you're someone who drinks a lot of water and you're like, you know what, I'm always going for a wee, then that's actually really bad, because you're dehydrating yourself. You're flushing out a lot of minerals, a lot of beneficial things in your body which you have from the food that you eat. You're flushing that out by basically going to the bathroom quite a bit. So don't do that. Now, next thing which you need to do is, depending on how much weight you've lost and what your goals are, eating a little bit less further. So you can reduce your calories further by around 500 calories. Or if you don't want to reduce your calories, and if you don't want to reduce your calories more, you can be more active. So you can, whatever cardio you're doing, you could maybe walk on the treadmill a little bit more. You can run around a little bit more. You can go in the sauna. You can go in the steam room. You can, play with your kids a little bit longer, a little bit more intensely. You don't have to tell them that, you know what, I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you just because I want to get my NEAT up. But those are the most easiest things, or that is the most easiest way to lose weight. Find out how much food you're eating. It not by way of the app. That's the most important thing, because that's the most easy. That's classed as the easy way. If you're going to use an app and you're going to scan the barcode, you're going to weigh whatever it is that you're eating, and you're going to read the ingredient label, then I wouldn't call that the easy way. But if you're someone who's quite new and you can't get a hang of this trial and error, then that might be the way for you. But this is the most simple and easiest way to lose weight. A few things which you want to be a bit careful of is if you start doing these two things and you're losing weight a bit too quickly, the odds are you've cut your calories too much or you're exercising too much. Now, what I mean by you're cutting your calories too much is you're literally not eating enough. And when you're losing weight as well, you always want to make sure you're having the right amount of protein. So you want to aim for about 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which is, say you weigh 200 pounds at the moment, then you want to aim for about 200 grams of protein every single day. And what that will do is it will make you hold on to the muscle you have, preserve your strength. And if you're doing the right amount of exercise, you're giving your muscles the right stimulus, you might even build some muscle. So make sure your protein is there. And if you're losing weight too quickly, then you're doing too much. You might be doing too much high impact. You might be doing too much cardio. If your strength is going down on your lifts that you're doing, then the odds are that you're doing too much cardio, or you're not eating enough. And the way you want to feel out if you're eating enough is, do you have enough energy in the gym? Can you still lift heavy? Or if you're someone who's quite new, like, are you still progressing? Because if you're losing weight and your lifts and your strength just jumps off a cliff, then that means you're either not eating enough, you're not sleeping enough, and you're not training hard enough. That's the most easiest way to lose weight. Now, if you're someone who wants to find out more about nutrition, how to lose weight, then join my free school community. The link will be in the description below, the first one. Click on that. Thank you.